Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer action. We're here with another themed 2v2. Yes, here in somewhere in the Badlands, in the World's Edge Mountains, a Lizardmen force has come for some reason. Who knows? Only the great plan. The great plan is only knowable to the Slann, of course. And who knows? Lord Mazdamundi is here. He's got some plan knowable only to him. Tehenowin is here to back him up. And to defend their home, we've got the Greenskin Horde. So myself and Black Iron playing as the Greenskins. I've got Skarsnik's goblins here. We've got a goblin theme build with a whole bunch of goblins in the front line, skulkers, regiments of renown and everything. Couple goblin archers, night goblin shaman. I've got the queen here. And then some squig hoppers as well, the Regiment of Renown, Skirmish Cav, the mangy marauders there with the armor-piercing missiles. For Azag's orc force here, we've got some black orcs, orc boys up front, more black orcs in the back, more mangy marauders, more rusty errors, a big boss, and a regular spider, as well as the Hammer of Gork, orc boar boy biggins, black orcs. For, let's see here, this is Tehenowin's force. We've got some Saurus, lizard cav. We've got, let's see, what's that there? Croxagores, more Saurus and Skinks in the back. The frontline engagement already going to get underway. The Regiment of Renown Goblos will match up decently against the Saurus, but it's not going to be great. We do get caught out by some Cold One Spear Riders. Not the best, but we do catch them with a smoke bomb, which is okay. You can see the Greenskin Docker line moving up to immediately just do a ton of damage to Tehenowin. I think that was an Amber Spear there. Those nasty Skulkers just took a pounding from those Croxagores, but Orc Boys now moving in as a second layer. We're also able to catch him with a smoke bomb, I believe, so yeah, pretty good so far. The Queen moving up, doing a ton of damage to those Cold One Spear Riders. We've got plenty of support there and a Spiderling summon, so they're not going to do too well. We've engaged in such a way with this nice little rock formation that Mazdamundi's force is going to have a hard time getting into battle. We can kind of just hold them in place for the time being. One Wa has already gone off, and I believe that was from Azag. You can see Azag's helping to break this flank over here. These Skulkers did come back from route, so we're going to be able to re-engage them on this kind of Saurus blob here. Orbital bombardment incoming, so Gobos and Orcs alike going to go ahead and scatter to the winds. Catches a few of those Black Orcs, but mostly going to be a miss there. And these two Spiders going to sort of form up on a bit of a Death Star here. Oh man, what a cool cinematic shot with the Summon Manticore as well. Archers pouring in fire on those Croxagores. You can see just the amount of volume of fire there is devastating. Meanwhile, over here, the second Wa has been popped from Skarsnik. The little Goblin Assassin's going to get in here, and a beautiful rear charge from these Squig Hoppers into the line of Black Orcs and Goblin Skulkers here that are holding these Saurus into place. Mazdamundi going to throw his shield up to try and keep his soldiers fighting here, but unfortunately not quite going to be enough. The Hammer of Gork pouring in fire there as well. These Fire Leech Bolas are moving up, doing some really nice damage to these mangy marauders, but unfortunately this pocket breaking for Mazdamundi is pretty bad. That being said, this engagement's still not going great. A lot of, even like Black Orcs and stuff, getting broken by the mix of Croxagores and, Saurus Warriors here. Definitely a very powerful combo. Tehenowin himself is also pretty healthy here, so definitely some give and take. The two Spiders, though, are relatively healthy, and I'm keeping them together as much as possible. Skarsnik unfortunately got tangled up with a unit of Saurus, which is the one unit here that he shouldn't have. I mean, his anti-large AP means he'll do okay with support against the dinos, but thankfully we were able to kind of bail him out a little bit with the Spiders, and now he's going to come back from route. He's got Azag to come back and kind of help support his leadership a little bit as well, so should be pretty good. The Hammer of Gork unfortunately was shut off by a bunch of Feral Cold Ones there, so yeah. We'll see. Looking pretty good. Very even still at this point. Tehenowin's in the back line, just wrecked through a whole bunch of our archers. Pretty much the entire archer line is getting wrecked at this point. Flocks of Doom, Croxagores, and the Mr. Tank Engine himself ripping through. Another Summon Manticore. Salmon, yeah, it's a Salmon Manticore. It's actually a giant flying fish. How cool would that be? Anyway. So we're going to use the Squig Hoppers because they're immune to psychology to at least stop up this pocket here and try and get some of these routing troops back. I do still have this Night Goblin Shaman here in this pocket as well, so he should be able to support some leadership. Mazdamundi is just about down. You can see these Black Orcs here along with this Night Goblin Big Boss. He's going to be able to finish off the Toad here, and with him going down, that will be a significant blow to the balance of power. Obviously, the lack of that Greater Arcane Conduit, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I'm like 99% sure that if you have Arcane Conduit and Greater Arcane Conduit. Those both apply to your ally as well, I want to say. So that is going to be pretty tough for both sides. Even Tehedwin was probably getting some benefit from that. But you can see there that solar engine here trying to escape, but the poor boy Biggin's pretty thick here. Black Orcs holding off a ton of skinks there. If we take kind of an overarching look, a lot of the goblins are coming back from route. And of course, this spider Death Star is still alive. The queen's taking quite a bit of damage, but the other Ragnarok spider, the husband spider, I guess, is completely fine here. Skarsnik's a little low, but he's holding steady. And Azag critically is still very, very healthy. He's been all over the place, just casting all sorts of spells here. Gonna toss that Scarvet, and yeah, he's just straight up dead. Wow, Azag just killed him right there. That was pretty impressive. And at this point, it's pretty much just Tehedwin and his little Death Star here holding out. He's going to give all these Kroxigors poison damage, which is really nice. I'm going to throw an Itchy Nuisance on there, though, just to negate all of their combat stats. You can see here in the back line, these Fire Leech Bullets been picked apart. All the units that were pursuing these archers, we just managed to kind of draw into a concave here. And just like these Feral Cold ones, basically exactly what's happening to them. Sort of turn and fire with different units and continuously just do damage. Try and get in melee units for support. You can see the Skulkers get in here. We get a nice little smoke bomb and even some Black Orcs to support. So those clever girls will be shut down. Over here, the tank engine's still holding out. Gary the Bastiladon, and oh man, I didn't realize Mazdamundi had like a cushion of leaves for his butt there. That's amazing. Anyway, the Ragnarok Spider gets in along with the Queen for a nice little monster match here. We get one more Wah from Skarsnik since he's been saturated in melee combat for quite a bit of time. And that will pretty much be the finishing blow here. The extra melee attack and everything means the Spiders will be able to make solid contact with everything here. We're coming in with a rear charge with Skarsnik himself, the Unbreakable 8-Peak Loonies. You can see over here some Saurus getting mown down by various troops and chased off by Black Orcs and more Goblins. So, yeah, that's going to be army losses. Oh man, we just about were going to have one more orbital bombardment as well, but not quite in time, as the Lizardmen are sent packing back to Lustria, and the Greenskins managed to defend their homeland. Super fun battle. Big thanks to everyone involved. In terms of the army breakdown, yeah, I mean, this potentially can be a pretty tough matchup for the Greenskins, but I really like the Spider here. With the recent anti-large buff, makes it pretty decent for matching up against the big monsters that the Lizardmen can bring. And, you know, Saurus don't do that great of a job taking it down. Just in general, you can typically do well enough in the infantry fight and support the Spider well enough that, you know, it can get some good work done. And you can see both for myself and for Black Iron here that both of our Spiders did quite well. And, yeah, able to kind of tank through quite a bit of damage, take out a few key units. In terms of the rest of the army, Skulkers doing some heavy lifting. We all know they're very cost effective. All of my guys had some chevrons to begin with, at least, for the Skulkers. And yeah, the Durkit Squig Hoppers also doing quite well. Got some good rear charge situations there. Mangy Marauders didn't really do too much, but they were kind of distracting those Fire Leech Bowlers for a long time, so that was at least decent. For Black Iron here, obviously Black Orcs doing some heavy lifting, 97 kills and 2 XP chevrons, especially for this unit. Did some great work. Azag also did some great work, kind of spirit leeching, flying everywhere, getting nice rear charges and everything. Excellent stuff. These Orc Boar Boy Biggins might not have got that many kills, but they were saturated with high value kind of monsters and like Mazdamundi and stuff the whole time, so they were able to get some XP chevrons just through sheer value. As for Spequies here's Mazdamundi's forces. Let's see here. Yeah, pretty decent work with the Feral Cold ones to shut down the Hammer of Gork. Probably needed to do that a little bit faster, but still pretty decent. The Pterodon Riders also were able to get some harass work done. It would have been nice to have the drop rocks available to help break up that advance, but he was kind of forced into a tough situation because of the terrain there. We were able to advance on Gojira pretty aggressively. Granted, Gojira's army held its own, you know, with Tehedwin racking up 113 kills, lots of kills on these Kroxigors as well, as they just mowed through that Goblin line. Saurus Warriors as well, racking up quite a few kills, so yeah, I mean, Gojira was just about able to hold out on his own. Unfortunately, just that really nice rear charge, they were able to get a huge value break, and then of course being able to snipe out Mazdamundi with the Goblin Big Boss and the support of those Black Orcs as well, very key for Black Iron also. So very well played to everyone involved. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that nice thematic 2v2. I know it's one faction versus one faction, but hey, it's fun fun to see these factions in action, especially these two up against each other. It's always a good time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe. If you want to support me in a more personal way, be sure to become a member on YouTube or a patron on Patreon. Thank you once again, and we'll see you next time.